dream that all of time was running dry, and life was like a comet falling from the sky. I woke so frightened in the dawning, oh so clear. How precious is the time we have here. Are we not wise?
My name is Swede Burns. I'm 37 years old. I live in Pennsylvania. I'm a powerlifting coach and writer.
When we have a chance to make a difference to our dying day.
The human spirit is stronger than anything that can happen to it. And Swede is a perfect example of this. It took a lot for him to get to where he is today.
I'm a columnist, for Elite FTS. I'm an author of books. I write poetry also still. And I'm a coach. And I get to travel around the country and teach in my seminars and work with people, hands-on, and meet people that I never would come in contact with in my normal life.
Swede typically starts his day by stopping at a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks to do what comes naturally, and that is right. But where one thing may have come naturally for Swede, the other did not, and that is teaching.
I started writing very young. I started, keeping journals and writing poetry when I was 12 years old. I started reading poetry when I was 11, 12 years old, right around the time I started lifting. And I always knew that would be part of my identity. I didn't know how. I never thought for a minute that I would be a teacher. I hated teachers. It was something that I loathed, teachers. And it turned out, ironically, that was what I was called to be, was a teacher, and that's what I love.
Swede currently has 2 books out that he's written geared towards powerlifting. And most recently, he went outside the box and wrote a poetry book, a desire he wanted to fulfill for many years. But his writing doesn't stop there. He writes columns for Elite FTS, where he has over 60 articles of free information to assist those with their workout journey.
I want to go upstairs first and then we'll walk back and come down here. I'm going to go up and turn on the lights actually so you can see, because otherwise you're going to be actually, why don't you come up and then you'll be able to see with that light, right? And then I'll hit the lights while we're up there. It's just cold.
Welcome to Keyhole Barbell, an old church where Swede lives and his gym resides.
That's the hot spot. That's where I'm going to interview you. But this is, I kept those. I had all the pews when I bought this place. I sold most of them, like an antique architectural salvage guy that came and took them and gave me pretty good money for them actually. This pipe organ was donated by Andrew Carnegie, and it was one of a bunch of pipe organs that he donated to churches in this area. Obviously, very valuable, very expensive organ. So it was cool. I guess that's one of the things he did towards the end of his life. Donated a bunch of those. People, any church could apply, any type of denomination, and he would pay for them to get a pipe organ. So that's pretty cool. Actually still works. I have a huge motor in the basement in the mechanical room that it just blows. It's like a huge tube of air that comes up to make that thing function. It works. All right, so this is Keyhole Barbell. This is my custom reverse hyper that I made. We got leg presses. We got a bike and elliptical that nobody ever really uses. Obviously deadlift platform, bunch of racks. So I got some more racks upstairs, but this is really all we need. And the bench, nice Elite FTS competition bench. This is my custom mono that I designed and had somebody help me put together. And yeah, this is basically all we need here. We have a leg curl machine, but we have obviously cables and stuff like that too. But most of the work we do here is with the barbells doing the main movements. We keep everything real specific for powerlifting. And I'm gonna warm up and get started right now.
After doing his normal routine, Swede usually comes back to his gym and works out with his peers. As mentioned earlier, it took a lot for Swede to get to where he is, and that's being known for his fifth set methodology. But what people find as an amazing tool for powerlifting did not come under the greatest circumstances.
It was actually in prison that I renewed my love for powerlifting. And that was when I put together the first incarnation of what will become the fifth set methodology, which is my methodology for training and competition in the sport of powerlifting. It is really the only reason anybody cares to hear what I have to say nowadays. When I got out, I did a lot more with that, and that became my career.
For years, Swede struggled with depression, and at one point in his life, bodybuilding was his outlet. But Swede didn't know that bodybuilding would be the catalyst to his happiness, which is helping others.
You know, I can remember seeing myself on the side of the stage and seeing myself on the side of the platform. Everybody wants to be center stage. Everybody wants to be the star of the show. I certainly did. I was no exception. But it wasn't good for me. That wasn't where I belonged. That wasn't where I was called. You know, it's funny when I look at the videos of people, the most amazing performances, some of the most amazing performances I've seen, and just seeing myself over onto the side of the frame in the video, like over off to the side of the platform. And I know that's where I belong. It was tough to swallow that at first, but that's what I'm called to do. I'm called to service, to help other people. You know, I've never really been able to keep my own demons at bay any other way than that. So, I mean, in a way it's selfish, but, you know, realistically, just trying to help other people is my only choice. And bodybuilding did kind of show. That was the beginning of me seeing that, because things had to get really bad before I get a clear picture of what was going on. I get letters. People write me letters, people write me emails. And I get so much stuff that I really can't feasibly write an intelligent response to each person. But some stuff is worth responding to. So like when I'm reading my coffee, I'll go into my DMs and from people that are message requests from people I don't know. You know, when I'm having my coffee in the morning and reading my emails, I'll read my emails, I'll go through DMs, I'll answer questions that are related to my methodology and stuff. And sometimes I get stuff like this. Hold on, man, I got a good one. That I responded to this guy. He wrote me a really thoughtful, like long, nice email. And I wrote him a nice little brief response. And then he hit me with this. We talked about one earlier, this is a different one. All right, and this guy says, this was really cool. I'll just read some of it because it's long. He says, Swede, it was an absolute pleasure on my part to reach out to you, and I can't even begin to describe how touched I am by your response. No need to apologize at all. I know how busy you are, and it's a complete honor on my part to speak with you. You know, Swede, the more I read and reread your Instagram posts, the more I read and reread your columns, the more impressed I have become with you as a writer, thinker, and philosopher. Your sentences flow accordingly. Your words have powerful meaning. Your conclusions are always invaluable and vital. It's my hope that one day, years from now, you're able and willing to compile all of your thoughts, ideas, and experiences into one giant memoir for everyone to read. I truly believe your story will resonate and inspire a much larger and diverse audience than you might expect. I look forward to that day. When it's all said and done, much of the general public today will remember you as a lifter and legendary coach. Those close to you will remember you as a loving, caring, supportive, and determined man. I don't know about that. However, years down the road, future generations will remember you for the words you left on paper, the lessons you shared with others, the positive impact you had on others, the ideas you formatted, and the legacy you left. You should be extremely, extremely proud of everything you've accomplished thus far. I'm looking forward to seeing what this future has in store for you, whatever it may be. I know it will be influential and touch the lives of so many. And I hope I'm around to witness it all. I mean, he continues to go on and offer to like help if there's anything he can do to help me with writing and publishing stuff. But that sort of shit is the biggest reward. Having people that I've never even met in my real life reach out and say that I made a difference in their life, or that something that I did was impactful, you know, or that they learned something from me. That, being able to travel around the country and work with people and connect with people one-on-one that I never would have met in my life had I not gone down this path. You know, I told you earlier, it's over 1,000 people a year at this point is what we're averaging over the last 3 years with the tour and doing the seminars and stuff. So that's probably the biggest thing. That's been the biggest reward for me. I think that's the biggest reward I ever could have hoped for. And obviously I didn't get into it looking for that, but you know, it's kind of a selfish endeavor for me anyway, because the only time that I'm able to feel okay is when I'm able to help other people do good. You know, it's never been as rewarding for me to do good as it is to see other people do good that I worked with, or that I've helped. I really feel like that's my role, and that's what I was called for, you know? That's pretty funny. People say, people come up to me all the time, like, are you a wrestler? You a wrestler? Yeah. Scott Steiner. The big bad booty daddy. Yeah, I remember him, man. That dude was a freak.